The entire history of Europe, a comprehensive overview of the tapestry of European history. Europe, a continent rich in diversity and complexity, has a history that spans thousands of years, marked by cultural evolution, political upheaval, and social transformation. From the ancient civilizations of the Greeks and Romans to the modern nation-states of today, Europe's history is a tapestry woven with countless stories, achievements, and struggles. This exploration will take us through the major epochs of European history, highlighting significant events and figures that shaped the continent. Prehistoric and ancient Europe. The earliest inhabitants of Europe emerged during the Paleolithic era, with hunter-gatherer societies thriving across the continent. As the Neolithic Revolution unfolded around 10,000 BCE, agriculture began to take root, leading to the establishment of permanent settlements. The Bronze Age, circa 3000–1200 BCE, saw the rise of advanced cultures, such as the Minoans and Mycenaeans, who developed trade networks and complex societies. The Classical era began with the emergence of ancient Greece around the 8th century BCE. Greek city-states like Athens and Sparta became centers of culture, philosophy, and politics, giving rise to democratic ideals and notable thinkers such as Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. The conquests of Alexander the Great in the 4th century BCE spread Greek culture across vast regions, laying the groundwork for the Hellenistic period. Simultaneously, the Roman Republic was established in the 6th century BCE, evolving into the Roman Empire by the 1st century BCE. The empire's expansion brought about unprecedented political stability, infrastructure development, and cultural exchange across Europe. However, by the 5th century CE, internal strife, economic troubles, and invasions from Germanic tribes led to the decline and eventual fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 CE. The Middle Ages, a time of transformation. The Middle Ages, spanning from the 5th to the late 15th century, was marked by significant transformation in Europe. Following the fall of the Western Roman Empire, Europe entered a period known as the Dark Ages, characterized by a decline in trade, literacy, and centralized governance. Feudalism emerged as the dominant social structure, where land was exchanged for loyalty and military service. During this period, the spread of Christianity played a crucial role in shaping European society. The Catholic Church became a powerful institution, influencing politics, education, and culture. Monastic communities preserved classical knowledge, while missionaries spread Christianity throughout the continent. The Viking Age, circa 800–1100 CE, saw Norse explorers, traders, and warriors raiding and settling across Europe, impacting regions as far as England, Ireland, and Russia. Simultaneously, the Byzantine Empire continued the legacy of the Roman Empire in the East, preserving classical knowledge and serving as a bulwark against invasions. The High Middle Ages, 11th–13th centuries, brought about renewed stability and cultural flourishing. The rise of towns and trade led to the emergence of a middle class, while universities were established, fostering intellectual growth. The Crusades, a series of religious wars aimed at reclaiming the Holy Land, also characterized this period, leading to increased contact between Europe and the Islamic world. The Renaissance, a rebirth of culture and thought. The Renaissance, beginning in the 14th century and lasting into the 17th century, marked a profound cultural revival in Europe. Originating in Italy, this movement celebrated humanism, art, and science, drawing inspiration from classical antiquity. Artists such as Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael created masterpieces that redefined artistic expression. The invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg in the 15th century revolutionized the dissemination of knowledge, making literature and ideas more accessible to the masses. This innovation played a crucial role in the spread of Renaissance ideals and the questioning of established authorities, paving the way for the Reformation. The Reformation, initiated by figures like Martin Luther in the early 16th century, challenged the Catholic Church's practices and led to the fragmentation of Christianity in Europe. Protestantism gained momentum, resulting in religious wars and political upheaval. The Catholic Church responded with the Counter-Reformation, seeking to reaffirm its authority and address corruption within its ranks. The Age of Exploration and Colonial Expansion. The late 15th century marked the beginning of the Age of Exploration, as European powers sought new trade routes and territories. Explorers like Christopher Columbus, Vasco da Gama, and Ferdinand Magellan embarked on voyages that connected Europe to the Americas, Africa, and Asia. This era of discovery had profound implications, leading to the establishment of colonies and trade networks. The influx of wealth from the Americas fueled European economies and prompted the rise of mercantilism, where nations sought to accumulate wealth through trade. The transatlantic slave trade emerged, forcibly bringing millions of Africans to the Americas, a dark chapter in European colonial history. By the 17th century, powerful nation-states began to emerge, including Spain, France, England, and the Netherlands. Rivalries among these powers led to conflicts such as the 30 Years' War, which devastated much of Europe and resulted in significant political and religious shifts. The Enlightenment and the Age of Revolution. The Enlightenment of the 18th century marked a period of intellectual and philosophical development, emphasizing reason, individual rights, and scientific inquiry. Thinkers like Voltaire, Rousseau, and John Locke challenged traditional authority and advocated for democratic principles. Their ideas inspired revolutionary movements across Europe and the Americas. The American Revolution, 1775–1783, demonstrated the power of Enlightenment ideals in practice, influencing European thinkers and revolutionaries. The French Revolution, 1789–1799, erupted in response to social inequality and political repression, leading to the establishment of a republic and the rise of radical political factions. The revolution ultimately led to the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte, who sought to expand French influence across Europe through conquest. Napoleon's campaign spread revolutionary ideals but also instigated resistance among other European powers. The Napoleonic Wars reshaped the political landscape of Europe, leading to the eventual defeat of Napoleon and the Congress of Vienna, 1815, which aimed to restore stability and balance of power. The Industrial Revolution, a new era of change. The late 18th and early 19th centuries heralded the Industrial Revolution, a period of profound economic and social transformation. Originating in Britain, this movement shifted societies from agrarian economies to industrialized urban centers. Innovations in machinery, transportation, and manufacturing revolutionized production processes, leading to unprecedented economic growth. The rise of factories and urbanization transformed social structures, giving rise to a working class that sought better conditions and rights. Labor movements emerged, advocating for reforms and challenging the harsh realities of industrial life. The spread of ideas such as socialism and Marxism emerged in response to the inequalities of industrial capitalism. The Industrial Revolution also had global implications, as European powers expanded their empires to secure resources and markets. Colonialism intensified, with nations competing for dominance in Africa and Asia, leading to conflicts and exploitation that would have lasting consequences.